I just turned 30 this month. Yes, I'm not that young but not that old either. Malapit ko na rin marinig ang mga katagang wala ka na sa kalendaryo in 2 more years to come. Siya organized a simple birthday surprise for me, kaso nahuli ko siya just right after niya matapos ayusin ang decoration. We celebrated the day with a few drinks and food she cooked for me. I'm lucky. Fast forward to now, I am packing my things because she gave me the best gift I never thought I would receive. That is the chance to climb Mount Pulag for the second time. While excitedly packing my things, nag-iisip ako, meron kayang nagbago? Sa halos 4 na taon na lumipas, ano ang meron ngayon kumpara noon? Ang Mount Pulag ay pangatlo sa pinakamataas na bundok sa Pilipinas and also the Luzon's highest peak. I was able to reach the summit of Mount Pulag for the first time last March 2019 as a joiner sa event ng friends natin from Alab Mountaineers. Last time, I was with friends. Pero this time, I'm climbing with She. Same as before, medical certificate is needed, stating we are fit to climb. We managed to get our med-cert as we prepared ourselves physically and mentally of what we will be experiencing sa hike. Dadaanan namin ay same trail as before, which is Ambangeg. That also known as Amba-Amba or Celebrities Trail. Sabi kasi nila Ambangeg ang pinakamadaling trail to get to the summit of Mount Pulag. Meeting place ay sa Greenfield District na malaki ang pinagbago. Habang beng-beng dyan. Beng-beng yan lagi kumpit. Ayun. Merong beng-beng. Itong lagi kong binibili pag umakyat. Beng beng. So trail food to. Hanap tayo ng pagkain totoo. Yung pagkain. That is JM, the heart of Alab Mountaineers. Kung gusto nyo ng adventure, check his Facebook page and set a date. We also met there yung iba naming friends at umiskor pa kami ng chicharon nila. Then departed at exactly 10 p.m. ng Friday night. The night was long and so was the travel. We slept while on the road at gumising nang mag-stop over sa Lisa's para kumain. Na-miss ko to. Since weekend at January, sobrang daming tao na I think lahat either going to Baguio or aakyat din sa Mount Pulag. After a quick bite, balik na ulit sa biyahe. Another chance para makatulog ulit. And after a few more hours, we reached Baguio and transferred to a monster jeep para maaga makarating sa DENR. We had few stopovers and dun na kumain ang iba ng breakfast. While me and She just took some pictures and tumambay since we're still full from Lisa's. After ng breakfast, we went straight to DENR. Maaga kami pero unlike last time, naiilan lang kaming grupo to participate for the orientation and briefing. This time, medyo matagal. 12 or more groups kaming nakapila. It's understandable since it's the weekend. Kaya, lumibot muna kami. There are food vendors around. May mga gears and apparels ding available. After hours of waiting and attending the orientation and briefing, it's time to go sa homestay. It's also the start of our adventure. Like last time, top load ulit para ma-experience din ni siya. Para din makita niya ang ganda ng view sa taas. Kapit ng maigpit, it's a roller coaster ride. We're finally here at dito tayo mag-i-stay for the night bago tayo mag-trek in the morning mga 1 to 2 a.m. Ascent sa Mount Pulag Summit. And ikaw, how's your experience sa taas or top load ng jeep?
Super saya.
Ano
You should try it.
Munti ka nang hindi sumakay
Thanks to you.
Buti bumaba ako ng jeep kasi naano siya, medyo nag-aalangan siya kasi parang nakakatakot niya. And This is my second time na aakit ng Mount Pulag. Though hindi ganun ka-memorable yung first time ko. Basta. Kaya ngayon, mas okay kasi yun, syempre. Kasama kami. Tilig naman siya eh. And we're waiting for our lunch. At afterwards, papahinga. Then, get ready para sa akyat. Ayan. See you in a bit. While waiting for lunch, sinulit muna namin yung view mula sa room namin. We stayed at Baban's homestay and grabe ang view at lamig. Since within the vicinity, ito ang pinakamataas and we're staying sa 4th floor. Food is great din. Ang sarap ng chop suey nila, fresh na fresh. After eating and settling ng mga gamit, nagpahinga muna kami since it's just 1 p.m. By 5 p.m., nagising kami sa boses ng homestay owner saying, sunset viewing na, gumising na kayo. Kaya bumangon kaming lahat and enjoyed this relaxing and breathtaking view. One of the reasons why I climb mountains and travel is to see this creation with my own eyes and also be able to tell it in a story that could inspire someone to see it for themselves. After sunset, food for dinner is getting prepared and while waiting, yung iba nag-chill muna. While kami ni Shea ay nag-shower. Grabe ang lamig pero kaya naman dahil shower dito ay may heater. After dinner, I prepared all the things we will bring for the hike. The plan is makaalis na by 2 a.m. in the morning para abutan naman ang sunrise sa summit. Same as last time. Good morning guys. It's 1:34 a.m. at aalis kami ng 1:45. Nagising kami sa lakas ng sipon ng hangin sa labas and sobrang lamig. Ayan, nakapihis na ako and makailang pato ko tayo ng damit. Isang dry fit, t-shirt, tapos cardigan na long sleeve, isang normal na long sleeve, then itong jacket na suot ko rin. First time na nagpulag ako. Ngayon, sapatos na ako and yung mga headgears natin, suotin ko na rin. I can say that we overly prepared yung patong-patong na damit dahil na rin sa sobrang lamigin kami parehas na siya. Also, based sa experience ko before, talagang malamig. Pero ox na din kesa lamigin kami sa trail, di ba? 1:30 a.m. back to Monster Jeep, going to Ranger Station. Pitch black sa labas at umaambon. We have headlamps and ponchos. May mga store din na pabukas na at you can buy trail food, poncho, headlamp if you need. We brief for a moment and of course, pray. Ayan, medyo madilim. Ganit pa ako guys. Ayan guys. Start na kami mag-trek. Sorry if di ganun kaganda ang quality ng clips and recorded audio cause my phone sucks and lahat ng action cam ko ay nag-retire na. Maybe soon I could afford a reliable one to use. Start of trek by 2 a.m. Headlamps and flashlights are important since it's going to be real dark out there. Must prefer a poncho in case of rain. Trail on this part ay medyo mabato and slowly getting muddy dahil maambon at that time. Trail is established but it's always safer to trek in group. From Ranger Station, first goal is to reach Camp 1. It's a rolling terrain pero wala pang mga steep ascents and mostly descend ang madadaanan. It's about 1 hour or 1 hour and a half before we reach Camp 1. Camp 1 was really crowded when we reached it. Aside from that, that's when we realized na sobrahan kami ng patong ng damit kasi ang init. So I took the chance na magbuwas ng damit. We took 5 to 10 minutes, rest and hydrate, then continue trekking. As we continue trekking, naririnig ko yung ibang group na kasabay namin sa trail that other climbers decided to go back to Ranger Station due to difficulty as they reach Camp 1. That is why, kahit na I have experience sa pag-akyat, I don't underestimate any mountains, may it be minor and easy climb. It's always better to be ready and fit along with research of how trail is going to be before the date of your climb or hike. We're back in the trail. Going to Camp 2. This time, the trail going to Camp 2 has an added difficulty compared to earlier. Mas maraming ascents with steep ones and trail gone more muddy kaya medyo madulas and tiring ang trek. It could be tricky too dahil sa mga tree roots na pwede kang mapatid without knowing due to deep mud on some parts. There are trail signs along the way for navigation and also signs for spring water na pwede nyong kuhaan as water source. Ano uminom ng spring water, pre?
Sana uminom ng spring water yung foggy na mayaman. Spring water.
Ano? Spring water. It took at least 1 to 2 hours more or less before we reached Camp 2. Itong 5 a.m. camping area. Camp 2. As we reach Camp 2, it's also a sign that we're out of the mossy forest and will now trek the trail surrounded by dwarf bamboos. Same as Camp 1, Camp 2 got grouted easily in short span of time. There are trekkers taking the time to take a rest, some are in line para makapag-CR, and others ay nakapila to take a picture from the Camp 2 sign. At Camp 2, we regroup, hydrate, and rest for at least 10 minutes before we continued trekking going to summit. Dito? It's almost 5 a.m. when we continued the trek going to summit. Ang trail sa part na to ay di na gaanong maputik dahil sa mga stones like marbles na naka-embed na sa trail. At this point, the place is covered with fog and a little bit of rain. Dahan-dahan na ring lumiliwanag and we also somehow know na there will be no sunrise for us to witness dahil sa kapal ng fog or ulap, possibly dahil din sa pag-ambon. Wala na kaming ilaw. Nakalagpas lang naman ng Camp 2. We're going to summit. Yan. Kita tayo. Basahan na yung pa ako. May mga butas-butas dito na maraming tubig. Sige, abante tayo. As we continued trekking, trail became more visible and muddier. Lumalakas din ang ambon at lakas ng hampas ng malamig na hangin. With all those conditions, we continued walking dahil we know na malapit na kami. There are steep ascents to expect kaya makakatulong din if you had prepared a trekking pole dahil madulas. We regrouped few times along the trail to hydrate and also eat some of our trail food to have more energy. This continued for at least 2 or more hours. In this condition, being physically fit and prepared is not enough. You should also consider preparing yourself mentally to endure these weather conditions that you could expect if you have plans climbing Mount Pulag. Finally, we reached the summit after 5 to 6 hours of trekking more or less. Though it's not what you had expected from all the great pictures and montage na makikita sa social media. Dahil marami kaming mga tao doon na kakarating lang sa summit at that time. Siksikan? Oo. Pero ito na yung time to say you made it to the peak of the highest mountain in Luzon. We took turns sa pag-take ng picture sa elevation sign per group and all groups patiently waited para makapag-take ng isang larawan as a reminder that once in our life, nakatayo kami sa isa sa mga tuktok ng mundo. Everyone was smiling, happy, and fulfilled with the view they are seeing. The first 30 minutes namin sa summit, it was full of fog and clouds and we already accepted the fact na walang clearing. Daming tao, pero we made it dito sa taas. Parang naambon-ambon pa rin. Ayan. Pero mayroong araw, nga lang wala tayong sea of clouds. Pero as we descend pababa, universe somehow gave us a glimpse of how beautiful nature is. It's like the gods gave us a reward for completing this adventure and endured yung struggles along the way. Kaya napasabi ako, tama lang na tinawag itong playground of the gods dahil even the easiest trail still has difficulty na dapat mong lampasan. Now, I can answer the question I have in my mind. Kung meron nga bang nagbago? Oo, meron. Ako na tumanda sa paglipas ng panahon. Ako na mas may experience na sa nagdaang ilang taon. Ako na nagkakamali pa rin pero mas madalas nang piliin ng tama sa pagdedesisyon. Ako na mas better version ng sarili ko kumpara noon. At syempre, ako na di na solo. Sa pagbabalik ko sa summit ng Mount Pulag, meron na akong kasama. Di ba mas masaya yun? Creating this vlog, I realize that all of us actually progress or grow. Pero minsan, di natin nakikita dahil madalas nakafocus tayo sa success ng ibang tao that we don't realize na tayo din ay merong mga success in life as we grow older and gain experience in life. We all have different pacing in life and in success. And naniniwala ako na kahit ako, magiging successful din at some point in this life. Syempre, matatalo lang tayo kapag nagdesisyon tayong sumuko. Hanggang sa muli, salamat sa panonood. Ingat!